Now, I recently had the pleasure of cooking a Muslim scholar on whether or not Jesus was God in the Bible, and in order to do so, I used Jeremiah 23, verse 6, where the Messiah is called Yahweh Zekinu, which means Yahweh our righteousness. Now, there are a lot of people that try to come to the Sheikh's defense and say, well, Jeremiah 33, verse 16 says that Jerusalem is Yahweh Zekinu, so Jeremiah 23 doesn't actually work. And we're about to refute that right now as quickly as we possibly can. So one of the first things that you need to understand is what's called a theophoric name. And a theophoric name is a name that has God's name built into it, but it's not claiming that the person is God. It's saying something about their relationship to God. And every single one of these theophoric names in the Bible has the abbreviated name of God. You could take my name, for example, Elijah. In Hebrew, Eliyahu, when we break it down, Eli means my God, plus Yahu is an abbreviated version of Yahweh tacked on at the end to where you get the name my God is Yahweh. And it's the same with Jeremiah, Isaiah, etc. It's the abbreviated name of God with a compound sentence to show the relationship. Now, Jeremiah 23 verse 6 doesn't do that. Yahweh Zekinu isn't an abbreviated version of Yahweh fused into a compound. No, it's the full 4-letter unabbreviated name of God, standing alone as its own word, and it functions as the subject of the sentence. Not saying that this person belongs to Yahweh, but he is Yahweh. This is unprecedented. Now, when we actually go to their objection in Jeremiah chapter 33, verse 16, it's speaking about Jerusalem, and it says that Jerusalem will be called Yahweh Zekinu. No one's taking that away. But let's look at the verses earlier. The king gets named right before the city does. Both of the verses read, "In those days and at that time I will cause a righteous branch to spring up for David, and he shall execute justice and righteousness in the land. In those days Judah will be saved, and Jerusalem will dwell securely, and this is the name by which it will be called, Yahweh our righteousness." Now, Scripture does this constantly. A place gets named for what God did there. Abraham names a mountain Yahweh Yireh, meaning Yahweh provides, because Yahweh provided a sacrifice to take place of Isaac. Moses names an altar Yahweh Nisi, Gideon Yahweh Shalom. But nobody thinks that the mountain or the altar is God. No, those places are named after the person who did something there. Jerusalem gets her name in verse 16 in the exact same way. She is named after the king who saves her, and the king's name is Yahweh. The Bible shows us that places get named after God to show the significance of what God did there, but never do we see a person get named the full tetragrammaton, the unabbreviated name of God. And the fact that Jerusalem is named after the king actually falls in line with the pattern of places being named after the God that just saved them. So thank you for bringing up Jeremiah 33 verse 16, because you just helped me further show that the Messiah is definitely God in the Bible. God bless you.